Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Block Bull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now, today we're going to take a look at the markets after yesterday's FOMC meeting. Now, if you have been, unless you've been living under a rock, that is, you will have noticed that the markets are tanking and they're not looking too great. Market structure is breaking down left, right, and centre. But we've had a couple of tweets out this morning or this afternoon whilst I have been wrapping Christmas presents. I am all done for this year. Literally just under a week to go now. What are we, about 6 days away now until Christmas Day, 25th of December. So here we go. I've just been listening to an audiobook as well, just to keep myself occupied as well, because Christmas wrapping can be boring. So I was listening to an audiobook today, and I have read Market Wizards before. I read Market Wizards initially about 10 years ago when I first started my trading journey, should I say. But yeah, absolutely fantastic book. It's one of the top selling books worldwide at the time. It probably still is, because it's invaluable, all the information in there. So Paul Tudor Jones, for you guys who don't know him, I think he ran a hedge fund, but he's a multi-billionaire anyway. And what he was basically stipulating was, to be a great trader, you must be a contrarian, which means you do the opposite of the crowd. And this is the thing, I get a lot of backlash because I go against the grain. I'm happy to swim against the tide, and this is what you have to do, because it's a zero-sum game, this crypto. For every time you make money, somebody is losing money eventually. Yeah, so there's got to be winners and losers in the market. But basically what Tudor Jones does, he liquidates 50% of his positions near highs and lows. So I feel like that is an invaluable lesson to take on board and implement into any sort of trading strategy. Another key lesson this time by Anton Grill. He was ex-Goldman Sachs. He's very good. I watch quite a lot of his TikToks. I like short form sort of content myself. What's the difference between a professional trader and retail? The professionals want capital preservation. Yeah, and this is what I've been shouting for. Make sure you take your profits, even if it's $1.50, $2 XRP. You've done very, very well, because you're hitting those sort of higher fib level targets. And then obviously it's gone on to hit and take out, I think it was around $2.77, which is the highest daily close in history for the XRP chart. So if you got anywhere around sort of 250, 270, you've done very, very well. That's if you're taking profits. If you're just hodling, you're not really considered a trader, are you? You'd be more considered an investor. But you know what? Each to their own. This is the difference. Pros want to capital preserve, save the money and slow growth. The retail want quick, instant money, and this is predominantly what you see over on X. Everyone wants fast money. Everyone wants to be rich now. And funnily enough, you cannot dictate what you want in the markets. The markets tells you what is going to be printed, and this is what all the charts are all about. This is all just price data. Anyhow, this is Velo on the hourly. We have broken sort of key structure in the sort of smaller time frames here. So this sort of blue trend line, which was acting as support, started developing on the 10th of December. So approximately 9 days ago now. And then we have seen that sort of breakdown here with Velo. Now, I am surprised that we haven't come back up here to retest this blue trend line before we do capitulate. So Velo could be in free fall at this rate. We have got a bit of support there on the sort of horizontal lines, in my opinion. Yeah, this yellow line here, which marks out here and here. So in my view, the first sort of real stop for Velo at the moment, it keeps clicking on that yellow. Excuse me. So looks like Velo's in free fall, so it looks like we've got about another 12% to get to that support. We might play out for a couple of days, but eventually, going into next week, we're looking to complete this full move, in my opinion. Again, markets can move in either direction, so just because we're looking bearish at the moment doesn't mean that we can't go back up. Again, it's all probabilities, but in my view, I strongly favour a massive correction. Approximately 40% from sort of current price action. I'll zoom out on the larger time frame here just to give you guys a little bit of context of what I'm seeing here. So obviously you've marked out this sort of top here. You could say this. And again, a lot of traders out there were calling last week when we got that weekly close green candle. This is why I don't pay attention to weekly, daily closes, because they don't mean jack. A lot of the times they are fake outs, and market makers know what traders are looking for these days. Okay, So this is what markets do. They wrong foot you. And I was saying this over a week with Gala. I've been caught so many times and I've finally learnt my lesson. So even though I'm experiencing markets, I haven't necessarily traded crypto. I've literally just hodled, especially in the previous cycle. But I thought, you know what? That is the last time I hodl the bag back down to lows. Yeah, I'm not doing it again. So this is why I am doing a lot of trading in this particular cycle. I am not being a mug, yeah. I'm not just gonna sit there and let the markets take my money. Like I say, it's a zero-sum game. The only reason they inject money into the markets prior to utility being realized is the fact they want you to be addicted to making easy money, yeah. So they'll send the markets up, they'll send the price up, and then what they'll do is they'll get you hooked on it. So every sort of payday, your dollar cost averaging, then to take your money. This is what the game's all about, guys. Yeah. But, we're smart investors now, so this ain't going to happen to us, and this is why we're sidelined. I've already saved tens of thousands, if not more, probably looking at more like six figures already, the amount of money I have saved upon the sort of retracements already. So, I'm sitting pretty, listening to audiobooks, wrapping Christmas presents, not a care in the world. I'm like, literally, come on, come to daddy, come to me. I know where my entries are. Come to me. Yeah. Again, I can't dictate the market, so I've got to wait for the market to come to me. Again, these markets, and it's exactly what Warren Buffett says, the markets are a device to transfer money from the impatient to the patient. So you've got to wait. A lot of trading, the psychology is frustrating. Yeah, you're waiting. You're constant waiting game. You're waiting for it to go up, and you're waiting for the markets to come to you. 90% of trading is psychology. Yeah. So again, Velo is coming down now beautifully. So that's great news. Gala again is crumbling down. So we've actually cleared that sort of order block now where there's all that liquidity before we actually we tried challenging this white trend line to break out. Yeah, initially we got that fake out back here. Again, we fell underneath. Again, we're getting closes, green close, green close. So it looks positive for Garland. This is what I'm saying. I got caught out here, and then it fell back under. And then it's only when the sort of price action and the candles actually formed a structure, I was onto it. So I probably cashed out around here initially when I got in upon the retest there. So I lost a little bit of money, but that's what trading is: risk to reward. As soon as you see a breakout, you want to capture these big moves. So obviously you're going to get into a position, but if the position then rolls against you, you know what? You're not too bad. If you're only losing 5-10% on a trade, you're doing very well, because ultimately you could have lost all that money coming back down here. Just above sort of 1 cent mark with Gala. But this is what's happening now. We failed the retest here, as you can see, this big red candle. We capitulated, so we lost the white trend line. So in my view, we are coming back down here. So from current price action, we're looking at around 35% dip, in my opinion. Probably come a little bit lower, because what I would like to see is this shelf being tested here around this sort of mark. So that would be around just shy of 2.5 cents. So it could play out again till the end of there's that sort of intersection there with the yellow and white sort of trend line there. So that's around the end of the year, and that's probably when I'll be looking at getting in. So 2.5 cents for Gala, in my opinion, would be very, very good entry. Stronghold, we don't often cover Stronghold on the channel, but we will do today. Look at this, guys. Stronghold already, there's not a lot of support for Stronghold. So this is a weekly close. And at the moment, Stronghold has exceeded it and currently resting upon support. So as soon as Stronghold loses that support, which I imagine it will do with the rest of the market, because Bitcoin is due to dump significantly. Historically, Bitcoin begins 244 days after the Bitcoin halving is when historically Bitcoin begins to crumble, which is today. So once Bitcoin loses support, which it's already done, and I'll visit Bitcoin chart after this, and then we'll get on to like XRP, XDC. So it might be a bit of a long video, but guys, you can fast forward if you want. You can pause the video at any point. Okay, so this is what Stronghold is at a key level now. You could argue these are like sort of support levels, possibly, but I like to see the support in the move upwards. So as you can see, this sort of trajectory here, it's literally a vertical line. Stronghold just absolutely pumped for fun, and took out that sort of weekly high. So in my opinion, there's not a lot to catch Stronghold on the way down. I'd say this is sort of decent sort of support. So I do believe Stronghold will get down here. So it isn't 5 cents, it's 0.005. So that's half a cent. So that yellow line, in my view, will be a very good sort of entry. We could come down lower. You could stretch out this apex, if you will, down here, and you could say ultimately, keep stretching it out. There we go. You could say we could come back down, similar to XRP, where I do believe we will test that 6-7 year macro wedge for XRP. So you know what, Stronghold SHX could come all the way down to 0.003.5 cent, whatever that is. But ultimately, I'll just mark out again, guys. You can pause the screen. Let me just grab that yellow this sort of price down here. Again, key figure there. In my opinion, that would be a remarkable optimum entry in my view. And again, we do have this sort of low down here on the weekly candle. So that there will be optimum entry in my opinion. And Stronghold has got a long way to fall down. Okay, let's just mark out and visit. Wow. So you're talking about 70% correction for Stronghold. Okay, so it's not looking good at all in my view. XRP, nobody believed me that this will go back to 50 cent. Look at it. That is a 6-7 year wedge. Nobody believes. Everyone's saying, oh, we're well past it. Lowest we can come down is to 150. You have no idea. This is why I'm the one covering the charts, and these guys are literally just commenting on X, yeah, because they don't produce any content themselves. They literally just criticize other people's work. Yeah, they don't actually put themselves out there and give an opinion as such and make a call. Yeah, they're too busy criticizing everybody else's call. Yeah, you try coming on here, speaking to the camera whilst doing your analysis, whilst bearing in mind you've got the peer pressure as well, because other people are relying on you as well to get these calls right. Yeah, there's other people relying on me, even though it's not financial advice. People are copy trading me. Yeah, I get DMs all the time. What sort of entries am I looking in? Would you do this? Would you do that? Yeah. Ultimately, everyone knows my stance on XRP. Again, similar to SHX, in this move with all these green candles, there's literally no shells. There's literally no shells whatsoever. And again, 2025 there just so happens to be the sort of apex. So in my view, it is so obvious. And we talked about these two shells here. So you probably stall out for a couple of days around this sort of 130, 140 mark. And then the second shelf here, again, very, very weak. That shelf's only made up of about 4 days. It's so weak. If it took 4 days to make, it would probably take less than 4 days to break. Yeah, it's a lot easier, causing destruction. Say, for example, with a hotel, how long does a hotel take to build? It might take a couple of years. How long does it take to demolish? Yeah, probably a couple of days, if that, if you want to flatten it completely. Do you know what I mean? Tarmac over it. So what I'm saying, these structures are very, very fragile in my opinion. So it's not financial advice. It's not too early. Again, never financial advice. You can do what you want. You can do what Paul Tudor Jones does, cash out 50%. You can keep 50% to ride. So you get best of both worlds. You can follow the elite global billionaire traders, 50-50. Yeah, spread the risk, all about diversification. So we got that. Again, guys, I almost forget to mention we got the XRP plan. That's all in the plans anyway. So we are doing really well. Everything's coming to fruition at the moment. Link below in the description. Again, if you do purchase both of those plans together, you will receive a 10% discount. Okay, so XRP is not looking good. Let's just go into sort of smaller time frame onto hourly, actually. I'm going to cover Bitcoin and XDC in a moment, so if you guys want to stick around for that, you can do. You could ultimately bring this down here. So, yeah, look at this. You can even delete the rest of this TA because it's not really necessary. Yeah, all I'm interested in this week, white trend line. So this sort of inception here of this sort of up thrust to create the sort of bull pennant, if you will. We did get a retest and a fake out to the downside, and then XRP on the hourly has continued to sort of grind and bounce. Again, we failed, and this time it looks as if we've got a successful retest of what was support, now resistance. So, in my view, XRP is due to fall big time. Again, guys, we have got a sort of trapdoor, in my opinion. Again, where we wicked in the beginning of this, so that's about $1.90, and that would coincide with the all-time high of the previous cycle. Yeah, so probably next, I don't know what day are we today, Thursday, so maybe over the next couple of days we're probably looking at coming down to about $1.90. We'll probably hover around there for a couple of days, then certainly over Christmas we'll probably lose $1.90, and then it will literally just be in free fall from that point. So yeah, it's not looking good at all. Again, never financial advice. And this is Bitcoin now just fallen below 100k. So this is what was playing out. Obviously, you get a lot of liquidation spikes. Okay, so again, we've had plenty of fake outs, plenty of liquidation sort of spikes. But ultimately, this is where we are now. We have fallen below the sort of support level, and we've had a retest today, okay, upon New York session commencing at 1 o'clock UK time, whatever that equates to. I think New York time 5 hours behind us. So what would that be? I can't remember. But anyway, Bitcoin is rolling over now, so yeah, Bitcoin is due to plummet now, so that is going to tank in my view and retest this structure here on the weekly, which played out for about 7 months. Okay, we all know this sort of range here, all the way back from March up until here. So this is what Bitcoin is looking to retest from current price action, and I think we'll retest all of this here. Yeah, we'll probably come in and bounce off that blue line. So 35% correction. You're probably looking at around, I would say, between sort of 65k to 70k Bitcoin. Basically, that'll be the retest. And then after that, crypto is going to go absolutely wild come January. Yeah. Donald Trump's inauguration on the 20th. Then we got the next Fed meeting. I believe that's around 27th, 28th of January. Don't quote me. It's about a week after anyway when Donald Trump comes in. And that was the catalyst for XRP to get running up and did that 460% move. So that's Bitcoin. Let's get over to XDC. Where are you, baby? XDC's coming down. XDC was one of the sort of first movers in the capitulation, so this is why I was very bearish on the rest of it. So you can see this sort of bull pennant, if you will. Bull pennant's usually a successful 70% of the time, but I saw it breaking down here. So as always, you kind of get a little bit, you get the direction, you get the sort of second chance, if you will, to cash out. So that's what markets do. They make it out as if we're dipping down. Oh, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Oh yeah, it was just a small dip. And then retail is still in at this point, yeah. And what all the market is doing is giving you a second chance to get out, yeah. Retail get wrong-footed very, very easily here, thinking, oh, it's just a small dip, we'll continue to rally up, and if it gets back up to these sort of local highs, I'll cash out. Markets don't give you that chance. All they do is give you a chance to get out on the retest, the sort of market structure, if you will. So XDC could still get back up to just shy of 8 cents, in my opinion, or it could just continue rolling over here. But again, not a lot of support. I would say this is sort of first sort of support just above 6 cents. You've got another sort of support line. I'm just going to lend that blue line there. So you can see that there on the 16th, where we've got that sort of first impulse, if you will, to create that sort of first pennant. Okay, so there, and then you can see the resistance being flipped into support as basically price rolls over and tests that. So 5 cents is inevitable in my view for XDC. Okay, we could come down lower, but we'll just keep tabs on it all anyway, guys. So yeah, it's not looking good across the market, but as always, I've got the plans to hand, so I have got you covered in all aspects of these particular, my favorite 2 cryptos anyway. I may do a Velo plan as well, because I'm big on Velo right now. I do believe we've got massive potential, and it is built on stellar lumens. So yeah, happy days. I'm still out of the market, got plenty of dry powder, things are looking good, man. Okay, so yeah, I've been a block bull anyway, so block bull over and out.